You guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. How you guys doing? Here to preview Inter's match against Juve. It's the Derby d'Italia once again. Of course, this is the second leg of the Coppa Italia. 1-1 is the aggregate result at the moment. I don't think away goals count anymore. Don't quote me on that though, but I'm pretty sure they don't count. And 8 p.m. tomorrow, kickoff time, UK time, so don't forget. I'm still mixed on this. It's Juve. I never want to lose to Juve. I always want to beat Juve, but at the same time, Inter's fixture list is absolutely ridiculous at the moment. And if we get out of the Coppa Italia, we get out. I'm not losing sleep over it, as I keep saying since the beginning of the season. We won the Coppa Italia last year, after a long break, almost a decade of not winning it. So I'm pretty happy that we won it last year. I'm not going to lose sleep if we don't win it this year. The focus is top 4 in the league and the Champions League, of course, against Milan. And then, the next game, Lazio, it's more important than this Juve game to me because, again, Lazio dropping points into top 4 situation. And then Verona, Roma before Milan, that's the focus for me. But if we get through, I'll take it, of course. And obviously, then you get into a final, and then, of course, you have to carry it through. But I just don't think our team can handle, our old team can handle so many close games. Because Milan don't have this. Milan, Lazio, Roma, the other teams don't have this extra Coppa Italia game sandwiched in between. We really don't need this. But Inzaghi, this is his cup, this is his competition, so of course he is gonna go all out. It looks like it will be, pretty much the best team to start tomorrow's game. Darmian coming back into the formation, Onana, most importantly, Cerbi Bastoni at the back, Hakan returning to his CDM spot, and then Mkhitaryan missed the game against Empoli at the weekend, cited as personal reasons. He wasn't even part of the squad, so hopefully he's okay. Nothing personal, big negative news has happened. But I think he actually kind of needed it. It was kind of blessing in disguise for Mkhitaryan, because otherwise this guy never gets any rest. And I think he needed it. So I'm glad he actually got some rest. And yeah, he should be hopefully raring to go with Barella in there. Di Marco returning. Yeah. And then up front, DZEKO Martinez. Now, we know it should be Lukaku. It should be Lukaku starting. I've been saying it even when Lukaku wasn't scoring. I've been saying you still see what Lukaku brings to the team. DZEKO at the moment is bringing, even forget the goals, he's not bringing anything else. But I guess with the close-up games coming in, I guess you gotta rotate those 4. It seems like Inzaghi is very happy to rotate those 4 up front between Correa, Lautaro, Lukaku, and DZEKO. It is what it is. Out of all the teams against, in the Champions League, I was against starting DZEKO, but against Juve are a team that's gonna sit back. They're gonna absorb pressure. They're not gonna leave much space in behind. So Lukaku starting isn't really the end of the world for me, because that's not really the type of team Lukaku thrives against. Especially Juve, he's not got a very good record against Juve. I think he's only ever scored 1 penalty goal against Juve. Whereas DZEKO has a decent record, Inter and Roma. Martinez also has a bad record against Juve that he needs to improve on. But yeah, happy with that team. Pretty strong. I personally would rotate even slightly more. I'd probably play Bellanova in there again, but it is what it is. On the Juve side, they look like they will be going full strength. Juve actually started to drop some points recently. They have done very well they were in second position since their points returned, the 15 points, but now they lost 2 games on the trot. They lost to Sassuolo, and then they lost at home to Napoli the last game. So 2 losses in a row. 3 losses in a row, because they lost against Lazio the weekend before. So 3 L's in a row for Allegri's boys. So yeah, apart from the win against Sporting in the Europa League, they're not in good form. So that to me points to Allegri. closing up shop and going full Allegri ball, terrorism ball. Looks like Bremer will be back in the starting lineup. He's been out with some injury issues. Bonucci starting. That means advantage Inter. If he does start, that guy is finished. Alexandro needs to be verified in midfield. Miretti ahead of Fagioli, Kostic, and the Sciglio. So Quadrado obviously suspended after what happened in the last, the post game of the last match. And up front, probable forward is user Di Maria behind Milik because Vlahovic is actually injured. Allegri said today in his pre-match press conference that Vlahovic is injured. So I don't know if that's advantage Inter or not. At the moment, it probably is. Or probably advantage Juve because of how bad Vlahovic has been for most of this season. But there's also talk of Chiesa, Di Maria, and Milik trio up front. That could be interesting. But again, I don't know if Allegri will do that. He's pretty reluctant to play such attacking lineups. Skriniar still out for Inter. Mkhitaryan, I don't think he's a doubt anymore. Moise Kean and Caio Jorge, the only doubt for Juve. But yeah, I really don't know what to predict in this match. I know that Inzaghi cares about this. I think the players will definitely go for it. We did play okay against Juve in the first leg. But just as usual, it's all about if Inter can convert chances. And hopefully the Empoli, what we saw against the Empoli, we can carry it through. I mean, we saw against Benfica, we're starting to convert chances. Maybe we finally turn the corner on that. But at the moment, I just struggle to predict wins with Inter. It's just hard to predict the win. But it is Inzaghi's competition. I think the worst possible result is going to happen, guys. I think it's going to be another 1-1. And then we're going to go to extra time, penalties, tire our team out even more. And then, yeah, we might sneak it through on penalties. But going to extra time, losing more energies physically, mentally, emotionally is the last thing we need. But I think that's what's going to happen because Allegri is going to shut up shop. Hopefully Kostic doesn't. Kostic really likes scoring against Inter. He's turning into a bit of a black. Before we finish, there's one more thing I need to cover. In terms of Juve, as I've been saying all season, when they got their minus 15 points, I remained pretty staunch with telling everyone that I count it. I don't count those minus 15. I count it as plus 15. But also, people that have followed me on this channel for a while, I've been saying there's much bigger things going on with Juve. Don't think that the Plus Valenza case is all that there is to it. And UEFA, quite rightly, because, whatever you believe about the Plus Valenza case and all that kind of stuff, plus they got the salary investigation, that means that in some way or form, they have misled, or their accounting or the numbers weren't correct, and you have to submit those to UEFA too. So they'll conduct their own independent investigation into Juve. But to me, it's very, very likely that they will be banned from Europe. So even though Juve will most likely finish ahead of Inter, they will probably be banned from Europa League and Champions League, even if they do finish there. In case of non-qualification, the UEFA decision will be enforced in the first useful season, not before 24-25. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But to me, it's very, very likely that there was something will happen to Juve in terms of UEFA punishment for the variety of things that they're under investigation for. That's just my prediction. We'll see what happens. But yeah, most important tomorrow, get the W. Always, we'll enjoy beating Juve. And of course, we'll be watching this game and reacting to it afterwards. I predict, I don't think Lautaro will score again. He's so bad against Juve. I think it will be We think maybe we get a penalty, and hopefully Hakan steps up, no Lautaro. Come on, actually, Dzeko to break his goal. Like, that guy hasn't scored in like 16, 17 games, something ridiculous like that. Come on, Edin. We need Edin. Even Correa starting to show signs of life now, so we need Dzeko to come back. And imagine having 4 strikers in some decent form, at least, that you can rotate. That could really help us in the end of the season. So I hope and wish and predict that Edin Dzeko will score. As I said, I think it's going to go to extra time, penalties, and then we might sneak it through on penalties. But I hope I'm wrong, and I hope these guys win for Inzaghi in his competition and get Juve out of another competition. Always makes it extra sweet. You guys let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and yeah, watch out for the match reaction tomorrow. Ciao ragazzi. Always, Forza Inter.